Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is Lyne't, and I'm just here. This is me. This is me, raw form. I have on no makeup. My hair ain't done. This is my hair. It looks a mess. What is that? I'm sorry, y'all. I see stuff in my hair, and I just like. I'm sorry, but this is just me, raw form. This is me. I'm doing these videos in raw form because when I meet people, they see me. They don't see me made up, dolled up, any of that. They see me. And I'm trying to encourage more women to be naturally, beautifully you. That's all I can say about that. Just embrace who you are. And I tell people, I've walked in rooms with women with the 36-inch weave and the lashes and the makeup, and walked in a room and the guys, everybody's, you're so refreshing. So I want the women to get used to, just so you ain't got to hide what you look like from your man. He's seen me with my hair standing straight up, just rolled over, stank breath, hair standing straight up. He's seen it. So, but what I want to talk to everyone now is about how they do marriage customs. When you're marrying someone who comes from tribes, don't let anyone tell you that you're just only going to the courthouse to get married. In the U.S., we elope. Foreign countries, and not just Africans, it's, Thailand and Philippines and China and Russia. Everybody has this thing where the man has to come and ask the family to marry the wife, even if they already got kids together. That's the funny part. No matter what, he has to come. In Africa, it's called the knocking ceremony, where he and his family bring gifts to the wife's family, and they ask, can they marry their daughter? I don't care if you're 46 like me. And the man still has to ask. Now, now both of my dads are passed on. My birth dad passed away. My pops, he just passed away here last weekend. And so I have no dads. And so he told me what we have to do now is I have to be adopted by a family in his tribe. I chose his mama's tribe because the mother's tribe, they honored the women. So I told him I want the mother's tribe. So give me a family out of them. And then they do the knocking ceremony. The family adopts me and they do the knocking ceremony. Now, once they do the knocking ceremony, if the family says, yes, you can marry her, you can marry our daughter, then, the adoption, you literally become that tribe member. You have to pay your dues of that family, the family dues. You're known as that. Your name is written in. So when something like, God forbid, it ain't God forbid because everybody got to go. But when I'm old and gray and when I go on, my body goes to Ghana. It doesn't stay here in the U.S. because I'll be a part of that tribe. I am that family's member. So I get buried in Ghana. So once they do the knocking ceremony, once you do the adoption, he goes and does the knocking ceremony. Once they say, yes, you can marry our daughter, the family will then give him a list of things that he has to do or buy or purchase in order to marry the daughter. It's called a bride price. They also call it a dowry. A dowry is when the family pays him because the daughter don't work. And so they're like, here's the things, take our daughter and we're sending her with a bunch of stuff. So that's the dowry. The bride price is, I can take care of her. Give me a list so I can prove it to you. And so he then, once he collects everything for the bride price, he then brings it back to her father. And then the wedding starts to get planned. And the wedding has several layers. If somebody tells you that you don't have to go to the courthouse and get married and make it official, that's a lie. You do have to do that, but you also hold a traditional ceremony, which is according to their customs. And then you can hold what they call a white wedding, which is with the wedding gown, the way the Americans do it. So There is a long stretch of things that have to be done. So when men rush women to the courthouse, oh, when you come and we gonna meet the first time and we're gonna get married, that to me, ding, 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 that's a red flag. You know, them red flags that's going off all over social media. Red flag. Don't do it. First off, you need to be able to answer trivia questions about your man. Any question somebody pulls up, you need to be able to answer. It's just for you. You know, what if I watched a video on YouTube where a woman talked about being scammed by a man, and she married him the first visit, and he came, the US got him over here, you know, within a year and a half. They had a baby, they had another baby. He left. This woman don't even know how to find his family. She don't know where to start. She went to go visit him twice in Ghana. And both times she went to go visit him, his mother came to their location. She didn't go to where his mother lived. His father's passed on. See, that's foolishness right there. You don't marry somebody that you cannot, you know, get mad and go knock on his mama door and be like, your son cheating on me. You hear what I'm saying? Or your daughter cheating on me. You don't do that. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. Especially when you're bringing children into the world, and it's a whole other, you know, you want to make sure that you know about that person and that person knows about you. Be able to answer trivia, any kind of trivia that if somebody says, what's his mother's address? Don't let people lie to you and tell you there are no addresses in Ghana. There are addresses in Ghana. There are ways to find addresses in Ghana. And you have to use like Google Earth or something like that. And it gives you like a pinpoint address. But there are addresses in Ghana, trust me. And in Nigeria and other places, they have global positioning coordinates that you can lock in when you go see his mama. Pull up the global positioning coordinates, lock it in, because they are not like us. They don't just move around. When they move somewhere, they there. You can go find his mama and his daddy there. And if you can't find them, go where you was at, knock on neighbors' doors, and they'll tell you where they went to. You get what I'm saying? It's not like it is here in the US. So you want to make sure that when you are marrying someone who comes from a very traditional family, the first things first, you want to ask them about their mother and father's marriage and what happened and how they get married. Ask them about their sister and brother. How did they get married? Tell me what y'all do. What did they do? And you'll hear. They did the knocking ceremony. They were given permission to marry. They went back and got everything. And if a man says he does not have the money for a bride price, I promise you this one thing. He can borrow the money for your bride price, because he will tell his friends and family, listen, this is the woman I want to be with. I love her. If you all don't mind loaning me the money or even giving me the money to marry her, because people understand that people have hard times. You get what I'm saying? And some families give outrageous, outlandish lists. People understand that. And so they will help them. Now, if the bride is trying to help him bring himself to the U.S. so he can work, he can leverage that and say, hey, I'll be in the U.S. as soon as they approve me, and I'll be able to pay you back. I've heard of some African women. My fiance told me that a woman tried to get him to marry her because, you know, at a certain age you have to be married and it looks bad if you're not. And she literally was going to give him the money to pay her bride price. So, and when I was like, and so I looked it up, and women are often doing that too. You know, African women are giving their boyfriends money to pay the bride price, but he said he didn't want to do that because he didn't feel like a man. You know, he didn't want to take the money from her to do his bride price. He didn't feel like a man. So, you know, needless to say, I don't know if they were together or she just picked him out, because he fine, y'all. Oof. Yes. But I'm real picky about who I get with. I'm very picky because I want beautiful children. I'm very picky about who I have children with, because my children and my generations have to be beautiful. So I'm sorry, y'all, for anybody who might have been offended, but hey, but yeah, so, you know, there's the knocking ceremony. First, if you don't have parents, you don't have anybody from the U.S. who can come to your knocking ceremony and receive your gifts, you're going to be adopted into his tribe, one of the families, not his mom and daddy, not his cousins, but one of the families in his tribe. You're going to be adopted into that family if you don't have family that can go do the knocking ceremony. Once the knocking ceremony is done, they tell him yes or no. Once they say yes or no, then they give him what they call a list or a bride price. They give him what they call the list or the bride price. He goes and gets all of the things for the list and brings it back to the father, and then they begin to plan the ceremony. You will have, definitely, in order for it to be legalized and recognized, you will have to go before the courts and do a marriage. Yeah, you'll do a ceremony in the courts, before the courts in a marriage. But then you will also have to do the traditional ceremony for the tribe. Then the white wedding, that's up to you. The white wedding is where everybody dresses up and looks there. But the traditional, you are literally wearing traditional clothing. The courthouse, you can wear whatever you want. Most people still dress up for the courthouse, but they wear like suits. They don't wear wedding gowns and stuff. The traditional, you are in complete traditional garb. And then the white wedding is where the wedding dresses and tuxedos come in. So hopefully that helped you all out. Hopefully, if you got any questions, y'all, put your questions in the comments. For some reason, YouTube been uploading my videos and people have not been able to make comments. So what I'll do is I'll put my email address to my show in the description box so you all can send me questions like that. Because I'm upset that, I can't do comments, which is crazy. YouTube is on a whole different kick now. They stopped me from being monetized because I don't have, I think, some odd thousands of views on my page. So my page used to be monetized. They used to give me like a 3-cent check. I don't get that no more, y'all. So, but yeah, I'm just here to make sure that everyone is happy. Everyone feels loved. Everyone feels safe. I feel safe. Everyone feels safe and they can trust the person that they're with. All righty.